Hey guys, I went rambling off on tangents in my last video, and I forgot to mention this because at the very beginning I told you I had some circumstantial evidence that tells you there's no ceasefire. This war is far from over. This is not their intention to stop it. There's some very specific reasons why they're doing this whole deal. I'll have to talk about it over on YouTube though. Okay, I'm gonna make a whole big video about it. Here. I know I keep threatening to, but I will. But I learned of this from some military people, but then I also saw this. I also saw a dude do a video about it. Okay, so and I just happened to go across this video, man, and had already heard this before, and I thought it was funny just when I heard it, like what? And then this guy verified it. There are some things, man, that are happening that tells you that they are moving more troops over there. They're putting people in place over there, okay? They're moving people in over there for combat because there are sailors and other members of military, okay, that are getting served lobster and steak, and they're showing people that, and they're telling their friends and family and all this shit, okay? That means they're going off to something that's, you know, not going to be so great probably, all right? It's like a last meal type deal, all right? I'm telling you, man. They do this before they send people off into dangerous bullshit or as a celebratory thing afterwards, and they're not celebrating, okay? The other thing is the Pentagon's ordering a whole bunch of pizza. Now, we know the sick shit with the pizza, man. I'm telling you, man, they're all a bunch of fucking freaks, man, okay? They're ordering a whole bunch of pizza. That means they're about to send troops and they're about to start some shit again. You guys, this is what's happening. And then there's another thing, okay? Now, this one's real wacko. There are strippers that are reporting, exotic dancers that are saying that the soldiers are coming in now and they're spending money just like with reckless abandon, like they don't give a fuck. She says, and they're down in the dumps and they're sad, and some of them are upset. Some of them are taking them in those private rooms where they have their dances, and they're actually saying that they're crying to them and they're upset about all this shit and all this shit. It's absolutely ridiculous. There's a video going on about that. Now, I didn't hear that shit about the strippers from people I've talked to on the streets. I only heard about the pizza at the Pentagon. They're ordering a whole bunch of there, which is crazy. But they said that they do that every time before they send people off, and they're sending troops and shit. When they're deploying people, they do that every time. I didn't know that. That's craziness, man. And the other thing is they're all giving them steak and lobsters and shit, and they're putting it on Facebook. The soldiers, they're telling their family like, oh yeah, yeah. Well, they're being sent off to fucking be killed, okay? Because it's not a celebratory thing. Because this shit's just getting heated up. So I mentioned it. I meant to tell you all this in the last video, but this stripper one, they call it the stripper factor or some shit. My people, I didn't hear it from them, but I heard about it on the video. Some dude on this video, man, and he's got a real big, huge following. I can't remember who it was, man, but he also knew about the pizza and the steak and lobster. He knew about that when I had heard about that separately. Okay, telling me this shit ain't. The military people were telling me this shit ain't over. They're serving the boys steak and lobster, and they're deploying a bunch of people, and they're sending them a bunch of letters. You need to be prepared in the last minute. They're calling up a bunch of National Guard and moving them in the spots of where people that are being deployed are going. You know how that works. Like office jobs or nurses, medical professional, or, logistics people or warehouse that are being shipped over there. Then they call up not the National Guard. That's not what I mean. The reserves. I didn't mean National Guard. I'm sorry. I get them confused. I don't know why I said that. The reserves. And they put them in the spots over stateside. You understand that's how that goes. They do it like that. All right. That's happening. Okay. Also, Ramstein. Oh, they're lying to. Oh, let's get this out now too. They're lying to us about the casualties, the number of U.S. soldiers that are being killed over there and that are being wounded. It's an enormous amount. They're lying to you. They're lying to us. Excuse me. This always happens with war, though. America always lies about their casualties. You guys, you can look this shit up. Vietnam, they were saying, man, there was thousands and thousands more than they were saying. They were reporting, but you learn about it later. You always learn about it later. We'll learn about it later. But Listen to me. And here's some good evidence for you, okay? Okay? Ramstein Air Base in Germany. Okay? Big medical deal there, right? That's where wounded soldiers and shit go. and it's designed for that. They are, listen to me when I tell you this. OBGYN, labor and delivery, they are paying the United States military is paying off-base German OBGYNs in the German hospitals to do that, to do the OBGYN, because they need the bed space for all the wounded soldiers coming there. Okay? This is the truth, guys. Pay attention to what's going on, man. We're in some very dark times, and this is all the shit in 1984. This is all the shit George Orwell told us in 1984. No one's paying attention, man. Doublethink, the doublespeak that they're doing. War is peace, peace is war. We got to keep bombing and killing people and bombing the shit up if we ever want to have peace. They told us peace is war, war is peace. They told us, told us, slavery is freedom. Freedom is slavery. Freedom is slavery. Slavery is freedom. Why? Because, well, when you're free out here in the world, and you got to pay for all this shit, you got to struggle, you got to go to work, you got to make decisions, you got to do that. Well, we got a solution for you. Just, we'll give you the bare minimum to eat, and we'll make the food in the laboratory. Okay? Just stay at home and watch play video games, talk to AI sex people that, we're going to pretend that it's real people in the other fine. Just sit there in your AI world all day and play video games and watch stupid movies that we've created, and just stay in your place, and we'll send you some free food. We'll give you a shitty place to live, and we'll up to 3 pieces of clothing new a year you can have, and just shut the fuck up and do what we tell you, and we'll send you a little digital money every month so you can go do a couple things here and there. Shut the fuck up, and you don't have to work, and you don't have to make decisions, because we have robots that are going to do everything now. Okay? But shut the fuck up. Now you don't have to think. Now you don't have to worry. Freedom is slavery. Slavery is freedom. Okay, guys? This is all. Please go read 1984 or watch the movie if you don't want to. And watch what they're doing. But that was an art form. And it was also, he wrote the book in fucking 1948. Okay? About 1984. Get it? And that's what's happening right now. Lying to us about that we're at war, we're not at war, we are at war, we're not at war, what's going on? Everything is the opposite. They're censoring the shit out of us. Okay? Even canceling people. You guys understand that they made it to where our social media is our public forum. That's where everyone says, well, that's your voice. That's it on here. When they can censor you and cancel you off here, stop you from making videos, or you can't say anything on Twitter anymore, or X, whatever the fuck, and all this, that's censoring. And when you cancel someone, remember what they did to Roseanne? Gone. They were George Orwell. What's his name? Winston. His job was, remember, he'd get a piece of information, wipe this person out of history altogether. But remember how he did it? He put the name on and put it in the fire thing. They couldn't explain about computers and how we'd have social media and how they can go on Google and they fix Google. That's another thing. They trained us to think Google is the truth. Google is, just look up Google. Just Google it. They made it a verb, guys. Google it. And at first, guys, it was, remember? Google just pointed us to articles. Then we made the decision, right? What's right, what's wrong, right? Then they started defining things. Now it's, here's what it is. And they're the ones setting, here what it is. It's not fact, okay? And it's going to get to the point where by AI, by artificial intelligence, they know what you're going to want to hear and what you'll believe and grasp, where when I Google something, it will be different than what maybe my neighbor Googles or one of you Googles. The same exact thing. This is the 1984 bullshit that what these governments are pulling on us now, because the ultimate goal here is to put us in this one world government, guys. That's for real. And one of the things right now is to destroy America and take us all down so we can be subservient to them. I can't get into the whole thing now, all right? There's a religious thing to it and everything. It's craziness. But I just wanted to add those couple things that they're deploying people over there right now. They're putting some people in there. Don't let them lie to you, man. There's no peace on the horizon. They don't want that. Okay? All right? See you in the next one.